Hey guys, I am excited. I just got a new toy in the mail. What we're going to do today is we're going to unbox this, but I'm going to go through some of these other ones, as you can see. You know, typically a sprayer is something you want to use for everything from killing bugs, you know, pesticide spraying, to disinfection. You know, the problem is with disinfection, you really need a much smaller particle coming out of the machine, and a general regular sprayer like these guys here, okay, they don't create a fog, they create basically a liquid spray. So when I'm going to pressure wash my house, the first thing I'm going to do is use one of these guys here to spray everything down with a bleach water type thing, and that way when I go to pressure wash, it'll come clean pretty quick. But this puts out a very large volume of liquid, okay? Whereas a fogger, okay, these have much smaller particles, so it almost comes out, not quite as a smoke, okay, because that is also considered a fogger. Usually those are electric or gas or propane run ones that look like smoke. But the particles are small enough to do the job, and when we're disinfecting, we like to fog everything and clean everything as if our life depends on it, because in a lot of cases it does. Coronavirus is nothing really scary to us because most of the things we deal with are located in blood and bodily fluids. So obviously we care about what's in the blood and bodily fluids. So when we disinfect, we go heavy, okay, because our life does depend on it. We kill everything. I held off on buying like a Ryobi Electrostatic handheld sprayer. You know, it's got a battery system. They look great, but a lot of the reviews on Amazon were pretty bad. You know, it didn't look like a product I was that interested in spending thousands on. So I figured, well, you know, maybe I'll build my own. Okay, so I do a lot of stuff. If anybody knows what I've done in my life, I've got 20 years in the special effects industry and the movie industry. I built everything from vehicles to giant robots to creatures and makeup effects, okay? So I use my hands a lot. And as you can see, like I said, I designed and cast all these parts here. You know, we mold them, we make them, we manufacture them. We sold some of those on eBay to help other people because they are kind of a heavy unit to carry around. The difference between electrostatic and just a general fogger is that when you use an electrostatic fogger / sprayer, the liquid that comes out is charged, so it attracts to things. Okay, so what happens is you turn on the electrostatic part of one of these kind of guys, or the Ryobi, okay, and it doesn't just fog indiscriminately. What it does is it's attracted to anything that is around it. So what happens is those charged molecules come out, and instead of just spraying in the air and touching things as they go, they kind of get attracted to something like a table, and they will literally be attracted to this whole surface. So they will cover this entire surface with a lot less material than you would use on another fogger. Plus, it actually will wrap around and coat the underside as well if you're doing things right. So it's a pretty impressive system. And up till Ryobi, there wasn't really much in the way of the backpack or the battery-operated version, okay? But like I said, I looked at those Ryobis, and with the coronavirus outbreak and the craziness of it, you couldn't even get these these sprayers easily, okay? It was very difficult to get lots of equipment when the shit hit the fan. We were hoping and praying and suggesting that they come up with something that could go against the Ryobi electrostatic battery operated systems, because the Ryobi stuff looked cool. I mean, it does. It looks nice. It does what it's supposed to do. But according to, like I said, Amazon and things like that, the reviews are they seem to break a lot from what I've heard. Don't know for sure, but I didn't want to invest a couple $1,000s in one unit, okay? So even just their little handheld unit went up to about $1,600 during this craziness, okay? And their battery operated one was way more than that, so it was like, what's the point? My other fogger goes in pretty heavy, and we do a great job with that. But I did kind of want to have something nice that was electrostatic for some areas that we wanted to just pinpoint, okay? So a friend of mine told me, he said, hey, I think they're going to come out with one. So I found a way to get one early, and this is what we've got. Okay, so this is the Ryobi 1 18-volt backpack or carry version of an electrostatic fogging system. All right, we're going to open it up. It literally just came today. I cut the bottom out here earlier, but I honestly have not opened it yet. So, as you can see, we're going to unpack it. I don't know if I opened up the wrong side or not, but you know what? It's Ryobi. These things take a beating, so I'm not too concerned. A bit more. Okay then. So typical, you know, we got like 25 of these chargers. These batteries, the 2 amp hours are nice. I prefer some of the heavier duty ones, of course. Start guide, of course, we'll have to look at that. So, as you can see, running a business, I like to have big tanks of things, at least a gallon or so, when we go into a place, because a lot of times we're going from job to job, and to have to stop and fill things every once in a while can kind of be a pain. So here's your little backpack. It's nice and small, and here's the deal, okay? When you're dealing with electrostatic sprayers, what you need to know is you don't need as much material. That's where they save you money in the long run, okay? Because like I said, when I'm using a fogger like this, in a house I could go through almost a gallon of material, which sounds like a lot, and it is, but like I said, I fog things as if our life depends on it. So we fog everything, especially if we're in, you know, a place that had Corona already. So we go in pretty heavy. We want to make sure that we can give everybody a clean slate, you know, in that property. When we're dealing with crime scene cleanup and things like that, we go in and we spray pretty heavy to start with, just to make sure that, you know, everywhere has a disinfectant on it, so that we're not accidentally tracking anything or doing anything that could endanger our technicians. So anyway, I am really looking forward to this machine because, again, it's got all the things I want. It can carry quite a bit of material, and like I said, you don't need as much material with an electrostatic because it pinpoints and targets surfaces, so you're not just spraying everywhere and trying to make sure you get everything. This, you can kind of spray under here and it will suck under here and on top, depending on where you're spraying. So it's going to take a little practice, obviously, but it will coat the entire surface a lot faster and more economical than a regular fogger. So I'm excited, and I will tell you this, I don't know, I think this is running about $450, something like that, which in the scheme of things compared to the Victory, you can get 3 or 4 of these for the cost of the Victory backpack one, I think. And of course, the best thing about it is all my batteries are Ryobi, so I have a stack of batteries ready to go. I don't need to buy proprietary batteries. I don't need to worry about their chargers or any of that kind of stuff. I've got a ton of these and I've got a ton of batteries, so I'm set to go. Okay, will I buy the smaller handheld version? Probably. You guys can tune in and see what we get with that. I am going to read the instructions before I put this thing completely together, I think. I mean, it looks pretty easy, but you know, you have to worry about these kind of things. With electrostatic type stuff, you don't want to jump the gun. As I jump the gun, of course. But I mean, honestly, it looks fairly simple as far as the liquid side of things. Come on, you. There we go. So until I read a little bit up on this, that looks like that was all you had to do. You pop in a charged battery, and we're ready to spray. Now the next video we'll be testing this in comparison to a regular fogger, and we'll go from there and see what you guys think. If you like everything we're doing, please subscribe, and we will see you again soon. Thank you.